rising Venus signs and cross watchers. Welcome to your 8-card draw. What do we need? Shadow read for this new full moon in Virgo to new moon in Aries, March 2023. I am your reader, Pisces moon, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. My initials, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998. We are turning 25 years old May 1st for Beltane. Very excited about that. It's been quite the journey. I am also the author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. It is available on Kindle. There is a link in the description box, and if you click it, you can preview it for free. And if you're heading down into that description box, you may want to check out my Patreon, patreon.com/Drawing the Circle, members only subscription platform that allows creative types like myself as a mystic artist, a professional intuitive reading tarot since I am 12 years old. I am 54. I know I don't look at things because I guess I know what I'm doing with all that magic, miracles, and mysticism along the way. So, loving it big time over there. My subscribers don't have to worry about algorithms. No, if they subscribe at a certain level, they get their benefits, and I am putting out content, magical, miracle, miraculous, mystical, whatever you want to call it, content every day. For example, my subscribers get me every morning with an unlisted YouTube live stream link where they can literally chat with me, this kind of chatting, right? Talking about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, a little prayer, a little blessing, a little spell, a little something to send us on our way. And it is my absolute favorite way to start the day. I actually wake up, make coffee, throw something on, go sit on the couch with the laptop and do the daily check-ins. I really, really love it. All of my subscribers also get the extended reads, all the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube, and we're doing a lot more than that. Seekers, humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, mystics, gods, goddesses are the 8 different levels of subscribers. Gods, goddesses get everything. Seekers get the daily check-ins and the extended. And they may be adding a free subscription button over on Patreon. And if indeed they do, then you guys will get the daily check-ins if you join up for free. So if you want the deeper dive, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal, we're having a lot of fun over there. Come Patreon on Patreon, because I am the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. It's just so much easier remembering. I mean, I have to say it over and over and over again. I don't see why you should have to. That's compassion. Let's get up in this gig. I try and keep the shadow reads light to start with so that if they take a turn, then we take that turn along with it. But no sense diving into it with a womp womp to start with. But if you are new to the channel, an 8-card draw, just one card from 8 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints really about anything, like a card of the day, but we're taking 8 of them for a 2-week period from the full moon in Virgo to the new moon in Aries, the releasing, the letting go, the shadow work, the spiritual alchemy, 3 atoms difference, ATOMS, not ADAMS, just clarifying, 3 atoms, sounds like a good name for a band, 3 atoms in between lead and gold. On the periodic table, lead being heavier, toxic, really toxic, and it's symbolically speaking the process of spiritual transformation, spiritual awakening. So why not work with the lunar tides rather than fight against them? And that's what these reads are for. And let's take a brief look at the astrology for this 2-week period. We are looking at the full moon in Virgo tomorrow at the time of this reading. Your opposite sign, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever. If you're a Pisces, Virgo is your opposite. I am a Virgo Sun and a Pisces Moon, so I'm going to be working this one tonight. Tuesday, March 7th. I'm going to do it right before midnight and continue right after midnight because it will be hitting full at 7:40 a.m. Eastern Time. I do like to hit it on the waxing side of things for full moon. 2 weeks later, this is the big one, folks. New moon in Aries on Tuesday, March 21st, 1:23 p.m. You wait for a new moon in Aries on Tuesday because it is rare. Tuesday, the day of Mars. Aries ruled by Mars. First sign of the zodiac. You can't ask for a more initiatory personal. Anything you do on Tuesday is about the self, but you want to be higher rather than lower selfish, one would think. In between those two dates, right, those 2 weeks, you should know this, the day of the full moon, oh great, Saturn enters Pisces on the 7th, right? Same day as that full moon. Now, Saturn's going to do what it's going to do. It does retrograde, but you might want to check your chart and see when it's crossing your planets, because it's going to take a while. After that, on the 16th, Venus goes into Taurus, but Venus and Mercury move relatively quickly, depending on retrogrades. But if you have any planets in Taurus or Earth, be aware of it. Aries, Mercury goes into Aries on the 19th. Again, no great big huge deal there. But the big one for me is Ostara, spring equinox, first day of spring, the vernal equinox on the 20th, the day before the 21st of the new moon. But here's the tea. 3 days before new moon is dark moon, balsamic moon. That's when the emotional shadow, well, the shadow work kicks up, but it's going to be in Pisces. The collective unconscious, empaths beware and be ready. And that's why I save the best for last with Pisces every single time. Because what you're healing and feeling and alchemizing here might have a little bit to do with you, but a lot of what's going on planet Earth. So, look, it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs. Look at the other titles, and if something intuitively says, ooh, go check it out. And cross-watchers. Cross-watchers are always welcome on my channel, but do understand you can play a very healing role. By watching this for somebody else, right, you can absolutely get insight, understanding, empathy, pray for them, whatever, to be supportive. But if you apply some of this stuff to yourself, you will do your own personal alchemy, which will holographically help not just the Pisces you are doing this for, or cross-watching for, I should say, but the entire Pisces collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, including me. Yeah? So, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the best that I can to help you move from a leaded timeline to a golded timeline little by little by little. You don't got to save it up to those last 3 days and it whaps you in the back of the head. No, you can do a little bit to do this more gracefully, yeah? I guess that's about it. The shift from explanation, which I have to do every single reading, it's just required. Otherwise people don't know what the hell you're talking about, the new people, to divination, which is my inborn soul power for some reason in this lifetime. That shift happens in the still point. Shall we, my mer people? Please take a nice deep breath. And I get away with so much because I am goofy. I'm mostly dolphin. With a Virgo mind and a Leo rising. Still point. And this feels really nice. Alright, here we go. Using the Carolyn Mays archetype deck, I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Pisces collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. Watching this video, drawn to this reading, what is the dominant soul power in their sacred contract, hovering up there in the 8th chakra, begging to be alchemized from lead to gold, shadow to light, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, shifting all of the chakras underneath it in terms of the electromagnetic dynamics, the yang-yin dynamics, what they attract and what they repel, so that they have the option, the choice, the opportunity to no longer delay what cannot be prevented in their soul contract. Shadow, light, lead to gold, pain to peace. This full to new, the Liberator. Oh, action family archetype. I love the Liberator. But here's the thing. All archetypes are neutral. Like, so as horrible as they sound in the shadow, and the lead is as magnificent as they are in the light, in the gold, etc. So written on here is a shadow attribute and a light attribute. Carolyn Mace, MYSS PhD, read sacred contracts. It's life-changing. Of the 9 different families of archetypes, groups if you prefer, the Liberator is a member of the action family. So regardless of what's going on internally, this is how you put it into action. The shadow attribute, the lead, imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate. I've been in some of those situations. I tend not to stay long. Ignoring legitimate constraints, though, those we see a lot of. That we see a lot of. And, you know, it doesn't happen so much anymore, and certainly after the pandemic that it shifted drastically. But let's put it this way. If someone's in some form of recovery and they're at a party, come on, man, you have a drink. Don't. That's not it. That's not helpful, right? So ignoring legitimate constraints, right? Different than the rebel archetype. That's a different thing. The light attribute, the gold you're shooting for, yeah, and you can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Not everybody does this every day of their lives. The gold, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. Very cool. So there's an element of air in here with that, but it is often about, with the Liberator, liberating yourself and demonstrating that through action, right? And the actions that you take. And, you know, what's the operation? What's the opposite of liberation? Is it enslavement? Is it being in chains? Is it being restriction, liberation, right? Well, all of that is what that lead to gold is about in the alchemy. And if you clear this up in yourself, you're helping clear it up for everyone, everywhere, all the time, all at once. I haven't seen it yet, I will. All right, the Mythic Tarot will get us the feminine energy of the next 4 chakras down: the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart. Spiritual, mental, we made it one thing. Spiritual, mental, will, power, choices, decisions, and emotional power, the stuff behind your eyes nobody knows unless you share it, but it is where the shadow work starts, with the choice. Throat chakra. Please take a nice deep breath. I thought that first card felt good. Let's see what the second one does. Still point. As I call upon my goddesses of water, sign of Pisces, powers of the West, beloved goddesses of immutable water I love so dearly. One card in clarity for the Pisces collective: Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Watching this video, receiving this reading, because it starts within. Obviously, everything starts within. But for the Liberator in particular, right? If we liberate ourselves, no matter what's going on around us, that's a brilliant alchemy. Start within, right? Everything starts in the heart. So please, one card in clarity. What do we need to know? Pisces collective and the cross watchers to alchemize the Liberator in the 8th. Heart, third eye, crown dynamic, this full to new. Oppression. Oppression. Liberation. There we go. Daughters of the Moon Tarot does not use overtly patriarchal imagery, as a feminist deck obviously would not. It was, I think, originally created in the 80s. That's when I found it, when I was 18 years old. Came across this one. Takes the Devil card and splits it into Coyote Woman, which is about the trickster, and this one, Oppression. A woman buried under stones in a burning village, you know, very reminiscent of the burning times, but the stones have people's faces on them. So that is often the social pressures, the conditioning, right? That can mean so many different things. The wounds of abuse, neglect, codependence, and loss that have gone untreated in the shadow, or unloved, really, is what we're talking about. So, to liberate yourself from oppression, I don't know, it seems a little on the nose, but we got more cards to hit the table. So, we'll see what that's about. But to say, right, when it is a major arcana card, the way I read this, heart, third eye, crown, it's all of them. But with the element of fire that we see here so dominant in the card, that's throat chakra. Your choice. Your choice. Your choice. Let's look at the masculine energy, the yang dynamic. You looking at yourself from the outside in, sort of like looking in a mirror horizontally, right? Or you from the inside out, looking at people, places, and things. Lower 3 chakras manage the power of our relationships in the world, including our relationship to ourselves in the world. So let's see what this is about. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon my gods of water, sign of Pisces, powers of the South, beloved gods of mutable water, please, one card in clarity from the Mythic Tarot for the masculine energy. Outside in, inside out, physical world stuff, lower 3 chakras, relationships in the world. What does the Pisces and the cross watchers need to be aware of to alchemize the Liberator in the 8th? Oppression on the inner. I mean, it's so literal, right? Liberating oneself from internal oppression. What do you got for them? We've been dealing with ancestral patterns of fear and illusion and all of that. That was never true, but that, you know, it's just been passed down to us. It could be anything, but give us a clue, a tip, a hint. What do they need to alchemize that Liberator with that oppression within? This could be you, this could be somebody else. We've got a court card. We have got the Sagittarius card of the Knight of Wands. I know, the player card, but it's Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter. Jove, it's with the word jovial. By Jove, I think he's got it. Of the 4 knights, this one moves almost the fastest. There's walk, trot, canter, gallop. Gemini is gallop, Sagittarius is canter, Pisces is trot, Virgo is walk, right? I used to ride horses when I was younger. I remember that. I hated English saddle. Let me go Western babe. So there is something, if this is you from the outside in, you have any planets in Sagittarius, I'd have a look. Mutable fire to the mutable water of Pisces, a square astrologically, but it need not necessarily be that. But this is Bellerophon. It's either Bellerophon or Bellerophon. I always forget the correct pronunciation. I'll Google it later. So there is 9th house dynamic here, regardless of whether this is somebody else. They don't have to be Sagittarius. I don't read that way. But it is that expansive Jupiterian galloping forward. Now, I will say, we do have the element of fire very strongly represented here in the artwork as well as in this mutable fire. So like a wildfire. But 9th house dynamic, Sagittarius, is spirituality and expansion and, you know, new ideas. It's the fun one. It really is. You know, it's got a moon called Bacchus, the god of wine, or, you know, Mr. Magoo, you do you. So we've got our chakras on the table here. I do feel like things, if this is you from the outside looking in, your inspiration and your spirituality is going to be liberating you relatively quickly, but not at a full-out gallop either. You're not walking. Or that could be somebody who inspires you that way. It's a general read. That's why I read people privately. I had 3 clients yesterday, back to back, all on Zoom. We recorded it. It was really great. The younger generation, passing torches through the ethers all day long. So let's get you a Matt Kahn healing mantra card to align the chakras, to heal them, to balance them, etc. So then as we go into the rest of this read, you have something, right, the mental part, freeing yourself from outmoded beliefs, ideas, and patterns. Well, these mantras help do that. They work if you work them. I write down all of mine, waxing and waning, the 8 cards and the 5 card draws, and I work them. I really do. Please take a nice deep breath. And the only crow's feet around here are on crows. Go figure. One more time. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Got it. As I call upon the ascended masters of liberation and freedom, so you know Saint Germain's up in there. Please, beloved ones, one card in clarity for the Pisces collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, the perfect healing mantra to help them alchemize, heal, and align. Liberator in the 8th, oppression on the inner, Knights of Wands, Knight of Wands, Sagittarius 9th house vibration. This full to new, nope, we're taking that one, March 2023. Cultivating courage in any given moment. I always know exactly what to do. When you're at a canter, let's say, you know, it's a walk, you can see it coming. Gallop, you're right upon it when it hits. But this is your given. You're going at a good pace here. You do have to be spontaneous. And courage is of the heart. Now, one would think then, if you're cultivating courage, these stones are about fear. Now, the opposite of courage is cowardice. But, you know, in survival situations, there's a difference between trying to survive something and being cowardly, right? So I'm going to read this from the Bookie Book. I use this mantra a lot. I've had this deck now for 3 years, and I've worked all the mantras over and over again. So when you cultivate something, you know, cultivating the soil, cultivating some sourdough bread. Let's not get yeasty about this if we can avoid it. Keep your mouth shut, Mal. Don't say those next words. Instead, we're going to read from the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra Bookie Book, Cultivating Courage. In any given moment, I always know exactly what to do. That's liberating. When courage is cultivated, you are aware of your choices and able to pinpoint your most inspired actions with accuracy and ease. All right, this is coming in from over here. Yeah, and that might be, I need a nap, right? I need a cup of coffee. I need to pull back, or I need to dive in, right? In any given moment, instead of like overwhelming yourself with what might be the psychic static of the world right now, getting into your energy field. No one really knows what to do. There's too many variables to make a clear, wise, empowered choice or decision unless it's really connected to spirit. And unfortunately, that, I think, is what survival of the species is about nowadays. Aren't you glad you're a Pisces? Or you're a cross-watcher who knows one? Such options may not always match up with the things you want, but they will always give you the exact experiences you need to further evolve your soul, which is why we came down to this planet. It's a freaking video game, folks. As you cultivate courage, you are stepping into a new frontier of soul expansion, where life has permission to guide you forward into the fulfillment of your long-awaited destiny. You're moving up. You're evolving. But it's not much of a challenge, right? If you don't have these pieces of lead to alchemize that are screaming to be alchemized into gold. This mantra is ideal for breaking old habits, deepening your focus, and following your heart. That's courage, mon amour. Right? To follow the heart. It's courage, the cœur, French word for the heart. Dig it. All right, cultivating courage. Like yeast. There, leave that there. Mal, stop. It's the last reading of the series. And we're moving right into that full moon energy. I could feel it. So let's get the next card on the table. The Whispers of Love Oracle by Angelo Hartfield. We will also be using her Whispers of Lord Ganesh in a card or two. In this case, the Voices of the Higher Selves. In that one, to help remove the obstacles. Ganesh being the elephant-headed Hindu god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles. Well, let's see what the Higher Selves have to say. Because, yeah, there may be some other people involved here, from reading to reading, general or specific, but this feels like it's mostly about you. No one can cultivate courage for us. It's an inside job. Please take a nice deep breath. Whew, still point. Yeah, you need to know a lot of these fears, if not all of them. They're not who you are. They were things picked up along the way or written into the script before you ever incarnated as a soul. Cultivated courage. I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the whisper of love? The piece of information, inspiration, insight needed by the Pisces Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Suns, and Cross Watchers. Watching this video, receiving this reading to alchemize the Liberator in the 8th, oppression on the inner, 8 of Wands on the outer, cultivating courage. In any given moment, they always know exactly what to do. This full to new, March 2023. Consider your foundations. You are being asked to look at how committed you are to love. Or are you committed to fear? Because, darlings, we were born into that, right? Look, I was born in 1968. I don't know, look at names. Hi, Susie. Of course, you know, we pick up stuff, right? Not everybody was born into a completely healed family unit or society. So if you didn't get it at home, you got it in the schoolroom, unless you were homeschooled, and then you probably got it from the neighbors. Nobody gets away without being oppressed in some way, shape, or form. Remember, a 2-year-old feels like it's being repressed because it's not allowed to scribble on the walls, right? So we all have that stuff in us, genetically, ancestrally, etc. So, you know, sometimes I know when you break through certain fears in just a family or a circle of friends and you're no longer afraid of that, it's like, right? Do it for you. Who cares what anybody else thinks when it comes to you being free or not? Because as you free yourself, you're help freeing everybody else on planet Earth. Right as Optimus Prime shows up to self-flagellate himself with a garbage dumpster right in front of my house. Happens. I thought they came already. They didn't. You know, those Transformers. It's more than meets the eye there. Shall we? Told you to keep it light. But look, you're getting up at the higher self saying, just sit back, relax, right? You are liberating yourself. You are cultivating courage, but you don't consider your foundations usually at the top of your lungs on a building. Ah, no. That's swim down into the little porcelain castle at the bottom of the aquarium, or for some of us to the Mariana Trench. I have some lovely aquatic waterfront property there if you're interested. Please take a nice deep breath. Right near the portal to the underworld, one of many. Let's do the Divine Animals Oracle. I love you guys so much. You put up with me and my shenanigans, but wouldn't you rather that spoonful of organic raw honey to make the shadow work medicine go down? Please take a nice deep breath. Okay, I'm part dolphin in. Still point. As I call upon the spirit animals and totems using this, the Divine Animals Oracle by Stacy DeMarco, please, beloved pantheons of the animal kingdom, one card in clarity for the Pisces collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, who swims with them, who walks with them, who flies with them, who crawls with them, giving them the guidance, the grace, the wisdom, the power, the support, the protection, and the oracle message to assist, to guide, to help in the alchemization of the Liberator in the 8th, oppression on the inner, Nine of Wands on the outer, cultivating courage, considering their foundations is full to new. Ancestors, polar bear, guess who's alchemizing ancestral patterns? We are. Did any of your people survive the Depression? And I don't mean clinical. I mean the Depression. Oh, I heard all those stories growing up. You have to work hard. You got to put your nose to the grindstone. I'm like, I'm 5, right? This is the stuff we pick up. So just know this. You knew you were getting into this before you signed the contract and came down. I know, they make us forget it. That's, you know, the fine print. By the way, you don't remember any of this. Yeah, we know. It's a video game. It's like a good immersive, you know, it's a virtual reality. Snap on the visor, and the next thing you know, you're on a very interesting water slide into physical form. Card number 26, we're getting there. We're getting there. We are getting there. Polar bear. We got there, polar bear. Ancestors, ready? Get ready for this. You are the carrier of a bloodline that stretches back for millennia. Truth. Yet you are uniquely your own self. Take the positive from your ancestry and observe and note the negative. Gee, considering your foundations, I would think. Family dysfunction stops here. Yes, which work. Family dysfunction stops here. Honor those in your family who honor you. It is a positive and natural action to individuate from our family on our own terms. Boy, for a general read, I bet that got very specific for some of my mer family, my mer people, my fish family. The magic. Oh, polar bear magic is ancient, powerful, and profound. I mean, come on, every shamanic earth-based system honored the ancestors. Should you wish to heal trauma of any kind, call upon this bear's energy to assist you. Working to address ancestral pain or shame passed down from one generation to the next can benefit from polar bear energy. You know, and I've dated a bunch of polar bears. They're really great, man. Usually, they're very good at cooking fish. Just gonna say, salmon in particular. It's a gay joke. Bears. Duh, bears. Let's move some obstacles with the elephant, our beloved Lord Ganesh. I've been cultivating a relationship, like cultivating courage, not done all at once. I've been cultivating a relationship with Lord Ganesh because I love elephants even though I'm feline, because they're both sort of kings in their own world, you know, the lion and lioness, the elephant and the elephantess. Did we gender elephant? I don't know. Please don't cancel me. I love you. Please take a nice deep breath. Ganesh loves everybody, by the way, except some people. All about Eve. Still point. Oh, this feels very restful. Let's see. As I call upon the beloved Lord Ganesh, Hindu, elephant-headed god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles, please, beloved one, what is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your power, your oracle message to help the Pisces Collective and the Crosswatchers alchemize the Liberator in the eighth, oppression on the inner, Knight of Wands on the outer, cultivating courage, considering their foundation, and dealing with ancestral patterns with that polar bear? Because that's why we incarnated to undo this stuff. It stops here. It stops here. And it's not whether or not we have kids or not and pass on the DNA. We're doing this by example, setting ourselves free and setting a whole new paradigm of energy on the planet. More gold than lead, more healthy than toxic, more pleasurable than painful, for the well-being of all. So please, what do you got for the Pisces Collective, my beloved Lord Ganesh, this full to new? Divine support. You got the Om symbol, and you know one thing about Om? No place like it, considering it's all that is. Om. Card number 48. Divine support. I really do, as I'm getting older, find myself gravitating more to the Eastern than the Western. And I think after this one, you might want to dip a toe if you haven't yet. Card number 48, divine support. So you're being given support from all of our family, the divine family. Om, A-U-M, or O-M. In the West, it's O-M. A-U-M is a powerful tool for bringing focus and awareness to the deeper meaning of life. Ganesh is strongly connected to the mystical syllable Om, A-U-M, sometimes written O-M. The sacred Om is the most important universal symbol of the divine presence in Hinduism. It is held to be the cosmic sound which was generated when the world first came into existence. The written form of this divine symbol, when reversed, gives the flawless outline of Ganesha, and that's why they did the card. You can't see the shading on that in this lighting, but it's true. I'm looking right at it. The use of the Om sound is one way to help you connect to the divine support available to you now. Ganesh is ready to share his wisdom, knowledge, and guidance that is innate within his being. You now have the opportunity to cultivate a closer relationship with Ganesh, yay! Or with any ascended master or divine being that resonates with you. So, you know, that's the loophole, right? If you're not into the Hinduism. Have at it. You do you. One light, infinite lenses. Drawing on divine support facilitates a greater connection to your divine voice, which can be a source of inspiration and great wisdom in time of uncertainty or challenge. Ganesha's desire is to assist you on your life path. Know that he is guiding you away from fear, distress, and anguish and toward the light and love at the center of your being, the same light and love which resonates through the vast universe and which is contained within the universal sound of Om. Consider chanting this tone or listening to a recording of Om to bring about the energetic shift that is needed at this time. I mean, that's unity. It is. It's the largest mouth opening to the smallest. That's the idea, the Alpha and the Omega. It can be translated through all sorts of different mystical systems, at least on planet Earth, right? So, you know, incredibly powerful. You have the divine support here, but if it's ancestral oppression, right? And it's not like your family is going to know what that means necessarily. I love saying that. Right? They may not know. And it's not their job to heal you. This feels like an inside job. It's your heart, third eye crown there. But then cantering forth on a spiritual path to alchemize this stuff, to liberate, pretty good. Pretty good. By the way, Bellerophon, tomato, he's riding Pegasus, so there is some lift here, right? It's not about crawling on the ground. It might be about flying high, seeing it from a higher POV. Does Pigs are vampires? I don't know, I'll have to ask Katya. Not that I know her personally. Let's get the gold hidden within that lead, shall we? Blessed Be by Lucy Cavendish. The gold hidden in the lead, the hidden blessing that's already like woven into what you're going through, but you don't see the blessing usually till later. Location, location, location. So, let's see what the pantheons of all pantheons has to say to give you some light at the end of the tunnel. We'll keep going. We do these blessings for real. So far this has been pretty upbeat considering we've got the oppression card, because who ain't got that? Particularly ancestrally. Like, what family line did you incarnate into if you don't have any of that oppression in it? Then you probably don't have Wi-Fi either, if that's the case. So let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Like, let's be real about it. We're all one. We all got pain somewhere. Still point. Nice and warm. As I call to the beloved pantheons of all pantheons, please, a delegation from all traditions, lineages, and cultures, what is the gold hidden within the lead, the hidden blessing, the light at the end of the tunnel, for the Pisces collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading? So to give them a little hope, a little guidance, a little grace, and a blessing, it's already there, to alchemize the Liberator in the 8th, oppression on the inner, Knight of Wands on the outer, cultivating courage in any given moment. We always know exactly what to do, as likely intuitively, so we're going to consider our foundation. Look at that ancestral patterns with the polar bear, and om, om, om our way, home, home, home to the divine support that we need. This full to new. So what's the gold within the lead? What do you got for us, beloved pantheons of all pantheons? For the Pisces and the cross watchers, this full to new. A blessing for good work. Now I will immediately add to that shadow work, but it is a general read. A blessing for good work. Let's snap in the shadow lens archetype, right? The shadow work archetype, and see how much that clicks into this. It's all about interpretation, 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 which changes with your location, location, location. Spiritually speaking. Ready? Still point. Pantheons of the divine, use me. Transmit this blessing for the Pisces and the cross watchers. Here we go. Card number 18, a blessing for good work. A blessing to bring you work that offers you opportunity to grow the soul, to create and be fulfilled with those who will allow you to develop the talents that lie within you. I know a Pisces who I just spoke to this week, which just directly applies to, hi sweetheart, I'll check in later. Each of us longs for work that allows our soul to expand and meet the potential of each day. But we often fall short, feeling our work is mundane and purposeless. Yet we touch people with our words, energy, actions each day, changing lives with the beacon of our smiles and encouragement, even among the most ordinary of places. Sounds like a liberator. Sounds like a liberator. Let there be good work for you, and know that even if your work seems ordinary, nothing is without its blessing. May your soul's luminous radiance light up all opportunities to do good work and find satisfaction in the small beauties of each day. May your work, however humble it may seem to be, find its purpose to heal and to help and to expand the abilities you have been so very blessed to receive. May your work reward you with enough in your pocket and skills born new into your world, which you can teach others and share and bring to your own life, enriching the personal with what you do through your working day. May every act of work become a kind of act of devotion. This has just become personal for me. Shining on the beauty of your own blessed soul, showing you the infinite variety of ways we can bring blessings to others. May you find the truth of the sacred within your work and be blessed with the knowledge that Spirit works through you for you. Bring blessings of light, of comfort, of healing and renewal to all who encounter you throughout the working day. Know it is blessed to find dissatisfaction too, both fish, that this discontent can drive you forth into the arms of the next place that has need for your skills and presence. In the words of Carolyn Mace, misery is a form of intuition. May your work bring to you blessings and never leave you tired beyond what you can do. May those who receive the work that you do be uplifted and never fail to offer you their thanks and gratitude, so you know that all has come full circle. May you be mindful in your work, available and present for those who seek your help, and may this focus refresh and reawaken you to your value each day. May each day begin with anticipation for the unknown work you will do, and may it end with the satisfaction of knowing that you brought your gifts to the day and changed it for the better, led to gold, thanks to the work of your own two hands. Blessed be. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is. I'm gonna get on this camera. One of my Pisces on Patreon just talked about this like 48 hours ago, and there it is. And that's what I do for a living. So if you liked the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and comment, and all that stuff, because all it does is shift the algorithm so more people can find the reading. That's literally all it does, because I'm not monetized on Patreon, on YouTube anymore. I am on Patreon, and I have to say, liberation, work. I mean, seriously, I don't have to worry about algorithms over there. Like, if you subscribe, you get what you sign up for, and the menu is down there. If you want to come Patreon on Patreon, particularly Pisces. We got a lot of cool fishies around the world joining up, right? We're schooling together. Yay, mer people. But if you want to book me for a private reading, here's a good thing to know. This is a timed, not a timeless read. May 1st. 25th anniversary of Drawing the Circle, since I incorporated, well, since I signed the DBA at least, I incorporated a couple months later, right? That is its birthday, that is the anniversary. I am raising my prices for a reading. I've been $100 an hour individually or for a party. So if I got hired for a 3-hour party, I got paid $300, and if I went over, that was on me. Well, we're changing that up. So if you want to get me at the $100 an hour dealio for past 25 years, book me now, even if we don't book it. You know, the reading can be after May 1st, but I will honor the price, because come May 1st, I'm upgrading. So thank you so much. There's a link in the description box. Booking a reading with Mel will explain all of that for you if you wanna. Otherwise, seriously, wishing you the very, very best and the very, very blessed, my beloved fishy family. Hang in there. Om. Swim your way all the way. Om. And do your good work. I love you. Liberate yourself. Heal. Hail. Farewell. And blessed, blessed be.